And right now at 5, the murder of a Katy-area father during a home invasion is making international news. Investigators say the Australian native died while protecting his wife and young children.
And now there's a reward in the case and new surveillance footage of a possible suspect vehicle. Jason Miles live outside the home where it happened on Glen Rosa Drive. And Jason, I understand the victim's father is speaking out from Australia.
That's right. He is down in Australia and has spoken to several television networks down there. He called his son funny and kind and also said he died keeping his family safe. Remnants of yellow crime scene tape mark the location of Fort Bend County's latest homicide, one in which the sheriff says 29-year-old Brenton Estorff died while trying to protect his wife and two young children.
Brenton gets up, confronts two individuals inside the residence, at which point in time he was shot and killed.
It happened around midnight Wednesday when investigators say a pair of suspects broke through a back door, despite the fact that cars were in the driveway and the house was decorated for Halloween.
You gotta almost make a safe assumption these individuals knew somebody would be at home, but yet they still have the audacity to break a window and enter the home.
This is surveillance footage of a vehicle of interest. It's a light-colored four-door sedan with a sunroof, seen entering and leaving the Estorff's neighborhood. There are only vague descriptions of the suspects themselves.
It's pretty tough.
Estorff's father, Michael, spoke on Australian TV about his son's final moments.
The guys were close to the bedroom and he fought them all the way back to the kitchen, and then they decided to shoot him. So he saved his family like I saved his kids and his wife.
I'm told Estorff originally came to the U.S. to play college football and that his family back home is now working on travel and funeral arrangements. Neighbors say he and his young family moved into their home near Katy about 6 months before his death.
We will stop at nothing. We will investigate, we will investigate, we will investigate until we can bring these individuals to justice.
And right now I'm told about a dozen detectives are working this case. You mentioned a reward. It's $25,000 for any information leading to an arrest or arrests. Call the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office with any information. Back to you.